Oh, all right. So I figure I would give my take on this. I've honestly been trying to ignore a lot of it because I feel like this is just shit flinging. Um, and being older as I am, not to say I'm much more mature necessarily, but being older and just kind of tired, I don't really care about this bullshit between TYT versus Gray Zone versus Jimmy Dore versus Richard Medhurst. I just think it's all bullshit. And I think that there is an ulterior motive there. I really do. I think that there's a lot of stuff, like I say, it comes in bursts, doesn't it? You know, the war in Syria has been taking place since 2011. And now suddenly, here we are 10 years later. And, we see, of course, people like Bilal, whatever his name is, the guy who was doing propaganda for Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, get released. And of course, now he's out talking his shit, saying Assad's still bad, but Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, they're not terrorists, but they do terrorism, and but it's not terrorism. It just, anywho, but this whole bullshit between TYT and people like what's her name? Francesca Fiantorini. Yeah, Fiantorini, and all this shit. I think it could be something bigger. I do, or it could turn out to be nothing, which deep down that's how I feel is what's going to occur. Nothing is going to happen, but I think that. Like I say, Syria is still in a very tough position. I don't think they are ready, and the Russians do not want to go toe to toe directly with the United States in northeast Syria. Recently, I remember I was watching South Front, and they had some drills with their artillery, their 155 mils. Towed artillery, so old school artillery. So something could be happening. I don't want to be conspiratorial, but I do think that it's looking like Biden could be full on, be like, yeah, we're going to invade Syria. But I don't think that, like I say, Syria is still in the bind because they don't have their oil. You had to remember, and maybe this is a simplistic point that people have brought up for decades about the Middle East or Western Asia, whichever word you want to use, the Arab world. It's always about the oil. Same as it ever was. And the fact is that why do they care so much about northeastern Syria, where most of the oil is? And they continue to have, Rojava continued. It's always interesting to me, of course. A lot of these shills will talk about, Rojava and everything else like that, ignoring, of course, the fact that they committed genocides against, Shias and Coptic Christians. Actually, I can't back that up. Hold on. But they have at least kicked out Coptic Christians and Shias. Feel as you want to about that stuff. But also for the fact that there have been protests that have happened, over the past couple of months. I know I'm repeating a lot of what I've said before, but I think that something's boiling up. And I would say, honestly, to keep the tinfoil hat on to a point, I'm not going to promote anything, but I do think that there is a possible alliance, possibly with Turkey and the U.S., going against Russia and the Syrian Arab army. I feel like something's going to occur, like I say, because we've seen all this. So far it's in the past couple of years, it's just been just like driving people off the road. It's like the Russian vehicles get driven off the road by the Americans, or vice versa. It's just, I think something's going to occur. and I don't think it's going to be pretty. I think that's all I can really say. I know that's kind of a repeat of a video I did a few days ago, but I feel like it's worth mentioning again because these folks are just full of shit, and I think this is probably one of the bigger pissing contests that are out there. Between like I say, between people like Francesca Fiorentini and Richard Medhurst and even Susan Sarandon is getting involved with this. So I'm like, wow. So this is becoming, like I said, this is becoming the big leagues now. And of course, Jimmy Dore is loving every minute of this. This gives him much more clout. And he gets to sticking in the face of the Young Turks. I think that he was pulling his punches for a long time. And now he's just like, you know what? Fuck you. And now, of course, people like Vosh are coming in. They're saying, oh, look at what Jimmy Dore has said because of, Jimmy Dore has said some sexual harassment issues and whatnot. The court of public opinion, though, depends on what, depends on who the jury is. The court of public opinion is going to side with TYT. And they're going to say Assad is a fascist and that he's evil and everything else. Like I said, I think that's the simplistic version. What groups would they support? I mean, that's really the question, right? Are they going to support some individual Sunni group or something like that to take over some secular group that's going to take over Syria instead? And they're going to get, like shock doctrine-esque type of, materials to make, Syria worse off? I don't know. Like I say, it's a complicated issue. It really is. I think I'll keep it there, though. I do feel that this is just something's boiling up, something's bubbling up. So I would recommend keep your eyes open, keep your ears open, and as Notorious B.I.G. said, separate game from truth. I think that's all I got to say. So I hope y'all enjoy that. See you later, and a goodbye.